Level Unlock podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's a pretty big week again. Another week, another press conference of sorts.
Lots going on.
Gaming fest. Um, we got a lot of news coming your way today. So let's actually get right into it. Today we are missing Mark, dude. He is sick. So best wishes and hope that you feel better soon. And we see you here next week. Uh, So what's up, guys? How's everyone doing this weekend? Actually, first before we get started, uh, one big piece, as always. I want to thank everyone who is a part of our Unlocked Nation here. And if you would like to join the Unlocked Nation, you can definitely do so at patreon.com/level unlock podcast, and you can find us everywhere on all social medias. Just look up the amazing name, the Level Unlock Podcast.
And we do show up now for a lot of that stuff.
We do indeed.
We do, very, very, very much so. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for listening to our close to 6,000 followers on Podbean. We're getting there. We're creeping up there every single week. Apologize about the podcast being uploaded last week. Kind of crazy week, so kind of got lost in translation. Yeah, no, Saturday.
Was it Saturday? I thought it was yesterday. I could be okay.
It was Saturday afternoon.
Yesterday, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, it was Saturday afternoon. It was done. So apologize about that, guys. This week will be different.
Crazy week, so
kind of got lost. So just keep an eye out for that to be done because we got some bangers this week. We got some new reveals, some games coming back. Like I said, another.
I can tell. I can hear the excitement. I can hear like the shakiness in your voice. How excited you are.
We got some big stuff, and honestly, probably the next. I would say the next month or so, every week, there's gonna be at least one press conference to kind of spread out the news compared to the good old E3 Jesus E3 days.
You can do it. I believe in you, man.
Spread out
Did
the
you
news.
guys see what I posted in the Level Unlock Discord in the news?
I
like,
believe so. I don't remember what it was though.
It was instead of what was it? Instead of me being burned out for like 2 months watching E3, I can be burned out for the entire summer.
Exactly.
All the gaming news.
Yep. Yeah, so instead of just being overloaded from an entire week of non-stop gaming conference, now we get to spend the whole summer doing it. So next week we got another conference, so keep an eye on that. As well, we're gonna have more games. Yep.
That's tomorrow.
So yeah.
Tomorrow.
So yeah, next week we're gonna have another big news day, and then throughout the pretty much the rest of the summer, because we got Microsoft, we got Squeenix, Square Enix for those who don't know what I'm saying by Squeenix. We got Ubisoft. We have Devolver Digital. There's a couple more. I thought Devolver was doing one too. I'm pretty sure they were. I could be wrong. I thought they were. But yeah, you have.
Nintendo's got one next week.
At Nintendo.
Has another Pokemon Direct next week.
I believe Take-Two is doing one. Basically, if you think of major companies, each one's doing one of these. And this, the Summer Games Fest goes all the way until August 22nd. So that's just kind of what we have to look forward to essentially every week. So Microsoft will be a pretty big one. Whenever they haven't announced when they're going to be doing it, but now that Sony has done theirs, Microsoft will be doing one because Microsoft will be around the Series X as well as Halo Infinite, because that's their big release this winter. So, but before we dive into some news, let's go around the river bend here. And how's everyone's week going? James, you kind of had a bigger week. Do you want to go first? Do you want to go last?
Doesn't matter.
I go first, man.
Okay.
You played some games.
Yeah. So I played Doom Eternal. I gave up on Doom Eternal.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not streaming that. I'm done streaming that. Stream Bugs Life or Bugs Fables.
I was like, you shooting the Bugs Life, the PS1 game? Nice.
Oh, I wish. Stop streaming Bug Fables. I just wasn't having fun with either of those games. It was one of those things. It was like I'm not getting into it.
So what's the difference between Eternal and 2016? I believe it was Doom.
Yeah.
So what's like the big? Because you like 2016. Like what was
I would love the game if I wasn't streaming it.
I got you. Okay.
I think streaming it kind of took a little bit out of it, the experience.
I feel you.
Yeah, no, it's not much has changed. Glory kills are cooler. Your chainsaw auto regenerates to 1 bar, so that's pretty neat. You got a flamethrower that
nice.
When you hit people with the flamethrower, they drop shield. So that's cool. Yeah, it's more Doom.
Nice.
Way more Doom. Other than that, I mean, I didn't really play anything else. I mean, I didn't
played a pretty mediocre game that people
didn't play anything else. You know, just kind of I played Final Fantasy 14 a lot.
You did.
Play the shit out of 14. Oh my god, I got a new fucking mouse just for 14. And
so do you have that plugged into your PlayStation?
I will. I'm gonna pick up my USB hub for the PS4 tomorrow.
So does that just work like a regular PC at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's an option for keyboard controls in Final Fantasy 14 menu. You can swap between controller and mouse and keyboard. So once I figured out what my late level stuff is gonna be, and it's gonna be like 4 moves, I needed the extra macros. I need a lot of extra macros. Nate, okay, you guys want to hear? I know, Nate, this might pertain to you because you know kind of about the game. Walker, you know a little bit about the game. Schroeder, I'm sure you know a little bit about the game. So I'm a white mage. You want to know what my skill rotation's gonna be like when I hit level 80?
What's that?
I'm gonna spam the shit out of Holy, which is just an AoE stun on enemies that does damage. So I just hit Holy, 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 never stop hitting Holy, 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 Holy. And when I need to heal, I drop a heal on the tank when he's starting to get very nervous that he's gonna die, and then just continue hitting Holy forever. And then if the situation calls for it, where I need to heal a lot of people, I drop down a big bubble that's just nothing but heals. And I drop that bubble, and then inevitably, when the little fucking shitlords decide to leave that bubble, I say no, 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 and I just pull them back. I get a move that just fucking yanks them right back at me. So Nate, if you decide to play any DPS characters,
when I get to fucking when I get to Dancer, dude, Dancer apparently is just beast DPS.
When you get to Dancer, so help me God if you leave that fucking bubble. So help me God if you leave my bubble, I'll kick your ass. I will yank you back in. I don't care what you're doing. I am yanking you back in my bubble.
Understood. I am bubble buddy.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's it that I did. That was my week.
Is it though? Right. Is it your week?
That doesn't sound. Sure. That was not nearly long enough to be your full week.
You talked about Last of Us 2, right?
Oh yeah, that came out. So I played The Last of Us 2. So I bought the collector's edition. I don't want people to hate me for what I'm gonna say about The Last of Us 2. I don't want people to fucking roast me on Twitter and cancel me on Twitter for what I'm about to say about Last of Us 2.
They're gonna.
So I bought. It's in here. It's in my. Notice how my closet isn't open anymore?
Yep.
Because I was sick and tired of all these boxes, so I just threw a bunch of my collector's edition boxes in here. So my Last of Us 2 collector's edition box is in there somewhere, and you also notice that Joshua and my two Joshuas and my Christmas Pikachu is gone from my shelf to be replaced by Ellie holding the guitar.
Oh man.
I think I posted the pictures on Twitter. I don't remember.
I think you sent them to us personally.
I sent them to you guys, yeah. Maybe I'll post them on Twitter. So about 2.5 hours in to The Last of Us 2. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I think it is better than... I can't say story-wise, but at least for control.
Well, how many hours do you have in The Last of Us?
2?
Yeah.
The original.
Oh, the
or
original?
yeah, 2.
Well, the original I'd put probably about 20 hours.
Okay.
Because that's about how long it was. It wasn't too long. Last of Us Part 2, I'm about 2.5 hours in. How long to beat says it's going to take about 30 to 35 hours.
Wow.
To
Really?
beat it.
Okay.
Control-wise, it is more of The Last of Us, except, in my opinion, tighter. The controls just feel a lot more tighter than before. The AI seems smarter. Yeah, it's more of The Last of Us. Yeah.
So a lot of things that I read is that like the dialogue is pretty. That's why people aren't liking it, because the dialogue's like blah.
Well, here's the thing. People that say that probably haven't played the game. They probably read the spoilers. They probably read the script. And that's it. So it's kind of a different situation when you have the cadence and everything like that from the voice actors.
Yeah, because it's weird. I thought that was weird that people, like a lot of people, were negatively talking about the game.
People are shitting all over it. There's one dude on Twitter that I actively enjoy watching, and I, look up to them as a content creator, and I had to mute them because it's been nothing
but just
shitting
Last
on
of
The
Us
Last
2
of Us 2.
hate.
Just shitting all over it. And I was getting sick of it.
Other than like some people saying like the dialogue, are they giving specific reasons why they don't like it?
Not that I've been seeing, but then again, I've been actively avoiding it because I know there's shitlords out there that will spoil stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I already had the first major twist of the game spoiled for me. I already had that spoiled for me.
Wow, that's shitty.
And that kind of ruined the moment.
Oh, I bet.
A lot. Because it's a very, very, very important moment. I'll just say that. But no, Last of Us 2 is great. I'm loving it so much so far. I can't wait for the Neil Druckmann sex scene. There is actually a part in the game where the director modeled himself into the game having sex with one of the main characters. And it is a very graphic, high polygon count sex scene. So, like, David Cage level sex scene.
Get out of here, man.
So, we'll see. I might not be streaming much longer after that. I have a picture ready to just throw over the screen in case something like that, in case that pops up.
In case that scene actually pops up.
Yeah. So they say it's about halfway through the game, but oh well. Yeah. Other than that, that's been my week. Even though I was off for the entire week, I really just played 14.
Hey.
It's my new drug.
Hey, it's a nice way to spend a vacation, just kind of relax and playing video games.
Yeah.
That Titan fight could suck a dick, though. That Titan fight? Eat my goddamn asshole. I did a raid with to fight the Summoned Titan, and
did we just move over to Final Fantasy?
What?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He fucking knocked me was it 3 times or 2 times? I think it was 3 times he knocked me and we had to reset, because when your healer's dead, kind of fucked.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's like apparently the first tough boss.
Can you do summons in that game, like full summons? Oh, okay.
You fight the summons. You fight Knights of the Round.
How the fuck do you fight that?
It's fucking lit. It's I think it's the best incarnation of Knights of the Round in any Final Fantasy game.
Well, the game has gotten a lot of really good feedback. They're saying it's like the game of the year as far as RPGs go. Do you agree with that idea?
I mean, it's been out since 2010.
Right, but as far as
But them like remaking it
and constantly updating it and tinkering with it and cleaning.
Shadowbringers, whatever they just did.
Shadowbringers came out last year, I thought.
Oh, I don't remember.
But they're doing more stuff this year. It's I mean, it's how an MMO should be.
Okay.
There is a reason why it's so popular and brought so many WoW fans over, because they know how to make expansions good and make good content.
Is it the most expensive monthly MMO?
No. It's average. They're all usually about $15 a month.
For some reason, I thought Final Fantasy 15 was more expensive than WoW.
See, I never played WoW, and I actually almost started playing a little bit of this Final Fantasy 14, but the one that really hooked me for a long time was KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Dude, I played the shit out of that one. That game is... I haven't been there in a long time, but I had a membership for a while with that.
Yeah, I had a membership for a hot minute.
It's the only game... That game almost cost me my job twice. One more level.
It's not great anymore. It's not good anymore.
That's a shame.
They kind of ruined it, and I don't think they're coming out with any expansions.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. SWTOR did that in too. Or were we talking about SWTOR or KOTOR?
Yeah, SWTOR.
Okay, yeah, because KOTOR was the main game. SWTOR was the...
Yeah, KOTOR was...
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. No, KOTOR was phenomenal too.
They're easy to mix
up.
up.
Oh, for sure.
It's the same game, basically, just online, right?
One's an MMO.
Yeah,
exactly. SWTOR, that game had me hooked from day one, and then I was let down because I was very young and was not aware of what a pay-to-play video game was. So I bought it and I said, "You can't." And I'm like, "What do you mean I can't? I have to pay again? Excuse me?" And that was at the time when my mom was still buying. Like, I bought the game. My mom still like bought some stuff for me. I had to like use my allowance and shit. Because that game came out like what, 7-8 years ago? Like SWTOR is pretty fucking old at this point. And I got like 3 or 4 months worth of that game. I also was playing on a jank-ass laptop at the time, so I wasn't really able to play it as to its full potential. It's free to play now.
Yeah, is it really?
Free to play, but it's terrible free to play.
I don't think it's that bad.
2011.
Okay, so 9 years. Jesus Christ.
Final Fantasy 15 is older than Knights of the Old Republic. Or Star Wars The Old Republic.
No, it's not. 15?
Or 14, sorry.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
I was very confused.
Yeah, 14 is a year older than SWTOR.
That's wild.
And SWTOR, 14 was bad when SWTOR came out.
Yeah.
14 was really bad. I remember playing SWTOR a lot, and then just kind of dropping off, and I tried going back to it in the free-to-play model, and I couldn't.
That's fair. I understand.
It was too heavy on the needing to pay.
I get that.
Yeah, that's my week.
Good shit.
Jeff, you want to go?
Sure. I've been you guys know what I've been doing. I've been playing the shit out of Ark.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, we started the Crystal Isles map expansion.
Yeah, we did.
And we've been playing that quite a bit lately. I haven't really played any other games aside from that.
Had a couple new people to join us. We got Piff, we got Major.
Yeah, they both seem to be enjoying it. I have a feeling that Piff wants to be a arch villain on the server. I think. I don't know.
Okay. I kind of get that feeling too. He kind of wants to be on his own tribe and then
come
over and attack us. Yeah, I kind of get that feeling as well. Yeah, I kind of get that too. It's all good. Hey, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Keeps you on your toes to make sure you're paying attention at all times.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how Mark would feel about that. If someone comes up and wrecks one of his animals, I don't think he'd be too happy. But
What if we found a way to like kidnap? No killing.
Yeah, I can see that. You can kidnap an animal. Don't just kill it because that.
Right. Something like that. But
kind of like make that like the ground rule. If we're gonna be on our own little tribes, hey, just in the PvP mode, you kill other people's animals, but we'll just capture them and take them, and then you have to then come and get it.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
I like that idea.
So with that, cleaning up some of the mods, like I was coming through today and I got a couple things edited so that it will function a little bit better. We were talking about a couple games, like community event type things. One of the ones we thought would be kind of funny is you use the hookshot on one of the NPCs. So our Crystal Isle server, for anybody who might be interested in joining an ARC, generally chill. It's generally a pretty chill server. Let us know. We have a Discord that has the direct link to, or the IP address to the server. It's hosted through like Host Havoc, but we've customized it, edited it. We actually have 3 of them. But we were talking about you hookshot an NPC, and then upgrade station the slingshots, and the idea is who can knock it unconscious, because when you knock it unconscious it falls, right?
Yeah.
So like the games like that, Piff put a funny one together where he built a big ladder and you had to throw dodo birds into onto a stand.
Oh yeah. And the first one to make the dodo onto the platform wins.
Yeah. So some pretty funny stuff. Other than that, that's all I really got to do with it, man. Is kind of just clean up the mods and make sure that, make sure everything is functioning correctly. Because there's a handful of mods actually on that server that are completely unnecessary because of the playstyle we have. Huh?
Out of the 14 that are there.
Yeah. Yeah. The only reason they would be necessary is if we were to cluster that server. So if we were to take that server and set it up so it's tied in with all the other servers,
you have to have the same mods then, right?
Yes and no. Like you can have the one server can have a creature pack mod on it, and then the other server doesn't have to have that. Just you won't have that. But you wouldn't be able. I don't think you'd be able to take your animals over to that place either because they don't exist there, right?
I got
that
you.
type of thing. I think I don't even know 100%, but.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Kind of just fine tuning ones we need, and like I would want to keep the high level mod where the animals are higher level, because I kind of like that challenge.
Yeah, well, it definitely gives purpose to the upgrade station, that's for sure. One of the mods we have is an upgrade station, and it basically, in a nutshell, instead of throwing your sword away because you found one that's a little bit better out in nature, you can use resources to bring it to the next level up.
Yeah.
And you can keep doing that all the way to ascendant level. And then there's an augment station attached to it too.
Like that would be one I'd want. I guess the castles and keeps one, it is what it is. Unfortunately, now I'm pretty sure most of us have built part of our bases using it, so to get rid of that
castles.
Would suck.
Yeah, I like castles and keeps. Castles and keeps is good. NPC is good. I need to take you guys out to show you how to properly deal with them, because you can.
I don't know how to get them to harvest. That's my biggest thing.
Okay.
I have one, but I don't know. She just walks around.
I have on the Discord. There's a page that has a list of those mods. If you just do a YouTube search on how, a lot of them do that, but otherwise it's pretty simple. You get them to follow you basically. You set a box down, a fertilizer thing down, and a feeding trough down.
Yeah.
And then you use the command send harvesting. Like hold E and it's one of the options in there. And then you just let them go, and then they'll walk around harvesting. And it's cool because it makes it self-sustainable. So the NPCs will actually walk around and put food in the feeding trough, which will keep your whole base alive.
Nice.
It's nice. You don't have to think about dealing with food management like at all. Plus, you can do a lot of other cool things with them. Like if you long press and set their behavior status to be closest to you, what you do is you have them so they're basically right in your face. It's kind of annoying, but you run to where you want them to live. Like say you go out and you find 2 archers.
Yeah.
And you want them to be posted up in a certain spot, like maybe around your door, you know?
Yeah.
But you don't want them to chase the enemy. You just want them to act like archers, right? So what you do is you put them where you want them to go, and then you long press E under behavior is set to turret mode, and that will make them just stop moving. Now what's cool about it is they're still following you. So if you run, they will turn to follow you. So then you put them where then you put them where you want, and you whistle stop following, and then they'll just stay right there. And then you can go back into their behavior settings and set their range and their aggression level. And this way, if say you got a bunch of dudes out there harvesting plants, but a Dilo comes up and starts hitting one of them, you can have it set up so that that person will flee while your archers shoot at the Dilo running away. You know what I mean?
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things you can, like, you got to just think strategically. Like the reason that I did what I did yesterday, which was take them out. So I went out to tame a Duodicarus, which is one that looks like a hedgehog or like an armadillo, and it's used to gather stone very quickly. And I didn't know you could take the bird to go, the Argentavis, the giant eagle, to go get it. Well, so instead of just going to get it, I actually loaded a boat up with people and took them out. And each type of NPC character has its own special stat or like special skills. So you're like archer, you have a clubber, which basically runs around with clubs, and they're not meant to kill things, they're meant to knock them unconscious so you can tame them. Okay. So like the intricacy you can get with it, so you can actually set up these things called ordering groups. And when you set up an ordering group, you can set it up so that this dude, and this dude, when I hit the 1 button on my keyboard, I'm on numerics, I'm literally just talking to those guys. And then I can have...
It's almost like playing an RTS.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. So like, for instance, when I did when I tamed the Duodicarus, because again, it's really good at getting stone, and I wanted something to make that a lot faster. I took a boat that had 3 of the knock you out guys, and then 3 like soldier characters, and then I had my Argentavis. So when I located the Duodicarus, we ran up onto the beach, and I whistled the 3 killers, you know, the knights. I whistled them to the soldiers to be passive and go stand over there, the bird to be passive and go sit there, and then myself and the 3, just in case, so I had them actually literally watching the back while I was taming this thing. So if something came running up on us, they'd have to deal with him. Now they're not super strong, so there's an I setting I have to switch up to make them balanced better with so typically when you're running around, you can't really, usually the highest level critter you're going to run into is a level 20. I have it set up so that shit goes up to like 200 or something, something crazy. So the NPCs are pretty outmatched, but the other side of it is if they're too strong, they'll knock you out with 1 punch.
Yeah.
Which they already annoy the shit out of everybody on the server, as far as like they'll be flying along trying to find something, and then somebody will bola them off of their bird. And so they'll get hit by an NPC and fall to the ground, and then they can't move for 15 seconds because they're bolaed basically. And then it can be a shit show. But if you know how to work with them, they're actually pretty cool to have. So when the Duodicarus, when we were doing our thing, I just sent basically the 3 clubbers to the 3 drummers basically to go knock out the Duodicarus, while I kind of watched them and shot with a tranquilizer gun, and the guys around me kind of kept me protected because it was in a super dangerous area. So yeah, so that's what's really neat about the game is if you want it to be a building simulator, you can build a castle. If you want it to be an RTS, you can do some stuff like that. If you wanted to go on straight adventure and you can go through caves and clear them out and all kinds of. And dude, Crystal Isles is gorgeous. It is. My favorite map has always been Ragnarok, but dude, Crystal Isles is real pretty. Dude, it's got a double rainbow. There's just like water.
So
dude, there's just like gorgeous waterfall area, and it's got like these rainbows that kind of go through it, and then the dragons that are flying around it. And
East double rainbow guy.
Yeah.
Dave got another.
And a lot of times the dragons are aggressive, but there's actually one breed of dragon that does not attack you unless you attack it. So I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's like they took all the best things from every other map and combined it into this one. Dude, there's a section where there's a bunch of floating islands.
Wait, like Pandora?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of little floating islands. There's another mountain, I guess. I haven't been there, but I've heard there's a mountain where like the rocks have electricity running through them.
Oh, shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of neat. It's really neat. The only area I have not seen at all. Oh my god, dude. One of the coolest things, and I can't wait to explore it, is a cave that's actually a giant beehive.
Huh.
It's insane in there,
like
dude.
Like big old bees in there.
Huge honeycomb. It's a huge honeycomb. It's like you're inside of a giant honeycomb. It's crazy, dude. Gorgeous map. 100%. Recommend it. 10 out of 10. Other than that, I have a list of to-dos to do. For this week. I'm going to try to be more productive this week than I was last week. And I've been thinking about actually reformatting my machine or something, because I tried to stream Ark, and it used to run with no problems. It used to run fine. But lately it's just been chugging, dude. So I have to figure out what the hell's going on there. But that's about it for me. What about you, Nate James? What have you been up to, pimpin'?
It's like, considering Walker's not fucking here, it's my turn by default.
Ready or not?
I haven't done yeah. Honestly, I haven't done a lot. Let's see. I had two fires this week because I got a new fire pit in my backyard, so that's been fun. I've kind of just been like not really on my computer, kind of been like living, I guess. And like, there's nothing, obviously, I mean, I spend tons of time on my computer. There's nothing wrong with being on the computer. I fucking love it. But I've been doing like the socials, and I've been chatting with people I haven't talked to in a couple years. I've been hanging out with my buddy who lives with me. That's the first time we actually got to like hang out in like about a year now, honestly. Yeah, me and my buddy Brandon, who's basically like my adopted brother, me and him had two fires, and we had a couple buddies over. The first night was small and like super wholesome, a lot of good conversation. Second time, we invited a couple more friends over. Shit got fucking intense.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, it was wild. It was fun, but it was something. Other than that, I play a little bit more 14. I'm getting into it more now. It's, I don't know what it is, but like it's a mental grind for me to get into it, and I'm enjoying it more as time goes on. It's fun now that I can actually like fucking see the people I'm playing with. I got to level 15 finally, and apparently I never did my level 1 quests, so I can't fucking do anything until I do those, which I'm almost done with. I have like one left. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, other than that, I've kind of just, I went for a run for the first time in a while since the whole Corona thing. That was fucking intense and terrible, and I hated it.
We gotta keep the meme going. Keep the meme alive.
Even if it doesn't matter anymore, gotta keep the meme alive.
It doesn't matter anymore. We gotta keep the meme alive. Consistency.
So I did a little bit of hit sprinting. If anyone's familiar with that, it's high intensity interval training, and I just basically I jogged into a run and then into a full blown sprint to the other side of the field, and then I took a breath, took a couple seconds, did the same thing back and forth, probably about 10-15 times, and that was enough because hit training fucking sucks, but it's effective. And then I took a walk over the bridge. James, you know how there's construction work on our street?
Yeah.
They have this little makeshift wood pathway crossing the fucking ravine that is 4 Mile Creek, and it does not go stable, and it's horrifying.
Is it right on the main street, or are you talking about?
It's directly next to the bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Why don't you take
I walked
the one
over
by? Why don't you take the one over by the nursing home?
Oh, because I wasn't over there. I was down in the soccer fields.
Yeah.
I would have had to walk all the way up water.
Yeah, take the extra walk, man. It's safer. It's safer.
I took the bridge to Terabithia, and I almost saw Terabithia. I'll tell you what. Fucking, that bridge is not safe, and I don't know how it's up to code. It's probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking planks that you're supposed to walk over, and you're like, it's fine. I had a Snapchat, and I just looked at it, and I just kind of bounced a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, that's not safe. Other than that, I don't think I really played too much else. I played a little bit more Call of Duty. That was fun. Mainly just IRL shit. I mean, we went back to fucking open at work, and let me tell you, it's kind of a nightmare. James knows. James understands.
Never been higher at that place.
Yeah. You have to go mad dash type shit. And today, I actually think I have found out I have plantar fasciitis because,
nice.
Yeah.
How's that?
What is that?
Yeah.
It's a foot issue.
Knock it off.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. So basically, the past couple days, I have had to, mind you, this was, it's probably a little bit more stressful than Black Friday, because Black Friday there's a plan. There's no fucking plan for this. It's just, we gotta figure it out. So,
figure it out as you go along.
Mind you, there's only 5 total salespeople, and I'm one of them, and that we're currently having back. And I've moved more on my feet in the past couple days than I have in the past year and a half because of how much I have to do because I'm one of the only people there. And I've really put a lot of stress on my feet. And I don't think I'm wearing the right shoes either because the shoes I had don't really have a ton of arch support. They're kind of like running shoes, but they're more casual wear running shoes. That's to where they have that look, but they're not. You know what they're meant for? It's they're just chilling shoes.
Give you that drip.
No, the shoes I just bought give me the drip. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited for those shoes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So my feet really hurt the first day, and then they kind of stopped. Second day they got even worse, and then they kind of chilled out. The third day they hurt real bad, and then when I got home, it felt okay. I have to use a visual demonstration because it won't make sense unless I do.
Oh,
all right,
no,
all right.
What are you doing?
So,
oh no!
Right here. So for the people listening, I am currently projecting my foot onto the screen. In the center of my foot, it feels like there's a knot, and every time you press on it at all, it sends this electric wave down the center of my foot and then goes out on the sides. And my one coworker, who I won't be named, but she's one of the sweetest people ever. She works at that store. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. Yeah, she's really nice. She's a little bit of an older lady, but she's really great. And she's like, that's plantar fasciitis. I have that. And now I'm like, oh shit, I'm 22. Why do I have this? And she's like, it could happen literally at any point in time. I'm like, well, that's cool. So now I'm gonna have to find a brace for my foot to wear because apparently that stuff doesn't go away.
Nope.
That sucks.
I'm just stuck with it. Yeah.
Walker, remember when we used to be able to pull our foot up to a foot away from our head?
I mean,
all those years ago.
Oh, those are good old days.
Remember when we used to be able to do some shit like that?
Yep.
Then you got old.
You break our hips.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put both my legs behind my head, but I ain't gonna do that on stream.
Good.
That's for your
Good.
OnlyFans.
That's for the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you chose not to do that.
Other than that, I mean, yeah, that's something I get to live with now. That's cool.
Join the Bad Feet Club.
Oh, dude, this foot's been bad. So, quick little side story, because I don't have much else for my week, and Walker probably doesn't have too long of a week, so I'm just gonna talk for a second. I'm completely using that as...
He's not at home stretching for the Olympics or whatever.
I'm completely fucking with you. But, I mean, you might not have a long week. I don't know.
Fuck you, Walker. You don't have a week.
I said a long week. But this foot's actually super fucked up because of what happened to me in 7th grade. One of my very best friends, one of my brothers to this day, me and him hated. Well, he hated me because I was a 7th grader who really, I was told how to fuck with him, so I did. I mean, I'm a 7th grader who's gonna fuck with somebody. He was a 9th grader, so I called him what he didn't like to be called at the time, which was JJ the Jet Plane, because his name is Jet. And he had we were fucking around, and I kept antagonizing him, and then I ran away from him, and I slipped down this icy little hill that was you know where Lynch Medical is, right, James?
Yep.
So if you know there's a back alleyway behind that and everything, in the winter, all the snow gets pushed up into a hill right there.
Yeah.
And I ran because I chased him down, fucked with him, and then I dipped back, went around that way, went up this hill, and then slid down, and my foot went into a complete L, like absolute 100%, and I snapped all 3 tendons in my foot. The doctors told me I would have been in less pain if I would have broken it. Yeah, my foot swelled up to the size of probably one of those big yellow softballs, and it was black. I'm not going to get too much more graphic.
That's
but
what happens when you break a few tendons.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then they didn't grow back properly. One's halfway fused to the other, so I can't run too long, but I can run in a steady motion for a while. But yeah, that was a little backstory because I have nothing else to fucking talk about. Walker, you go.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Like not a whole lot week.
Hey, he's not wrong.
Walker,
majority of the week.
How was Father's Day?
It was good.
Mr. Fathers.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir.
I don't have one to talk to my dad about.
So. Father.
It was good. Grilled out, so that was nice. Spent the day relaxing, played some games. Got a Father's Day gift. My wife.
Was it the new PlayStation? Yep.
Close. So.
You bought a PS4 Pro? Oh, you got that for Father's Day.
He texted me out of the blue on Father's Day. I'm in the toilet taking a shit, and I get a text. Hey, can I transfer my stuff over from my old PlayStation to a new one? And I forget what I said, but you just completely left me on red. You ended up leaving me just on red on how to do the things. Not even like, oh, okay, thanks, man. Nothing. Not even like a K.
Well, you told me how to do it, so I'm like, okay, I got it. And so I went and did it, and then I just kind of forgot everything else from there. So, got everything transferred over. It did, by the way, so thank you for that.
What method did you use? Did you cloud or did you Ethernet it up?
I Etherneted it up. The PlayStation, yeah, it had a basic I was going through the prompts anyways. That's kind of what it recommended to do anyway, so that's what I did. So I got that all done.
For years, if you did Wi-Fi.
So I got
do that real quick.
Everything switched over, so that was good. The quality of it's phenomenal.
You should hook that up to your Z9.
I did earlier. And
it looks great, right?
Oh, looks
Final Fantasy 7 looks unbelievable, right?
Yeah, it was the first thing I loaded up. I didn't play it, but I just like. So my son wanted to play some other games, so I'm just like, I just gotta load this up first to see how it looks. Yeah, it's clean. Yeah, it looks stunning. So I got that.
HDR, baby.
Played Fortnite earlier for the first time in a bajillion years, so that was interesting. More Apex, and then Ark, the other game that I played. On vacation now, so that's always a plus. On Thursday, went to the dentist, spent 7.5 hours at the dentist. So that was a good first vacation day. That's always fun.
What did you need done?
Jeez.
Or was it a whole family ordeal?
No, it was just me. Essentially, I came in because I knew I needed work done on my teeth. And because I had told them from a previous dentist of what they said I needed done. And so they're like, okay, well, we can get you in tomorrow. Like, okay, cool. So I made the appointment, not realizing that what I was explaining to them, they basically classed it at, took it down as like an emergency appointment. So with emergency appointments, essentially what it is, they take one per day, and they help you whenever the dentist is free. So essentially, they prep me, I wait. The dentist is helping people with actual appointments. After that appointment, he comes right into me. He starts checking, working on me, doing everything, but whatever. And then when someone says, hey, this patient's ready to be checked, he leaves, he goes back, helps the other person. And then when he's done with that, then he comes back and helps me for a little bit. Okay, this patient's done, he leaves. So basically, he comes and goes whenever he has free time. And so that's essentially what it was. It was just him coming and going when he was free and had time to come do whatever work needed to be done, equaling 7.5 hours of me just sitting there. I'm just like, well, this is fun. So, yeah, if it was a regular appointment, it wouldn't have been like that, but I didn't realize they marked it down as like an emergency thing. So, and then I go back tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning to finish everything.
Lottie says you're describing a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, supposedly tomorrow's appointment will only be like a half an hour, from what they said, because it's an actual appointment.
Now.
So we'll see. But that's pretty much about it.
If the appointment was only a half hour, why the fuck did you spend 7.5 hours in a chair?
I'm hoping that when they say the tomorrow's one's actually half an hour, it is. So we'll see. But yeah, the Mount Lemon, the big ass mountain that's here, is still hardcore on fire.
Nice.
Today the smoke was really bad. It basically covered half the city. So you know how when you check the weather, it says like sunny, cloudy, or whatever it is.
Says, like on fire.
See if it goes.
Does it say soot? I can't see.
It says smoke.
Smoke?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if it'll. Sometimes it doesn't.
Probably
but yeah, it says there you go, smoke. That's 93 degrees.
It's just smoke.
Yeah, it's just smoke. So it's not sunny, it's not cloudy.
It's just smoke.
It's not windy, it's just smoke. So yeah, that's
beautiful weather.
Yeah, smoke.
It's crazy. Don't you have a picture?
Like that midsummer smoke.
Yeah, there's didn't really get any good ones today, but this is what it looked like earlier in the week. Basically looked like a giant volcano erupting.
Jeez.
So that was pretty wild. And then I have, this is the image that someone captured of actually how it started.
Nice. That's
damn.
Yeah.
crazy.
So people are actually like everywhere on the country are like trying to interview this lady to get rights to this picture. Because that's how it started with the lightning bolt. That's the exact picture. She was just randomly taking pictures of the sky and when it happened. And then this is at nighttime.
Hold that there for just a second. Try to be super still because it's a little. You should check your bitrate on. Oh, that thing is crazy.
It's like you're in Mordor.
Yeah, it does, man. It looks like you're standing next to a. Wow. So that's what it looks like outside of your house.
At nighttime.
Jesus Christ!
Why don't you go ahead and take us on a journey real quick?
God, you're living next door to the apocalypse. It looks like. You're safe though. There's no way it's gonna get to your house, is it?
Other than the smoke.
Oh man.
Other than you can smell it, so that's pretty intense. This was a picture somebody took. It was their house. Let's hopefully you can see it okay. Let's see if my camera will take it. There it goes.
I don't think his house is gonna survive that.
That's the dude's house, and that's his backyard. Is the mountain.
You might wanna move.
Yeah, that's over 57,000 acres have burned. About little under 40% is contained.
Christ.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been going on, but that's just so far away though. I don't know if this one can be seen or not. Yeah, a little bit. So you see how like the sky is all hazy?
Mm-hmm. That's all smoke.
That's all smoke. Basically, it covers the whole entire city. So it looks like it's all fog, like the white area. That's all smoke from the mountain.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's all smoke. All the white cloudiness is all smoke.
Because it's usually crystal clear, yeah?
Yep. Yep,
See
sure
for
is.
Miles and miles.
So yeah, that's so I got that going on, but that's pretty much about it for myself. Wanna thank some of our Patreons before we get into the news, Sir James.
Oh yeah, of course. Mad shoutouts to Jeffrey and Morgan for your generous donations to the podcast. Thank you guys.
Perfect. Let's dive in really quick. So I have one piece of movie news before we.
Is it what I showed you? Is it what I posted?
No, the
Aww.
I actually forgot about that. You talking about
the movie made with a $0 budget?
Yep, I forgot all about that.
Office.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, a movie that was made off of Zoom camera. Is #1 U.S. box office movie right now.
It's basically you remember the movie? I think it was like Unfriended.
Mm-hmm.
That was all caught on like Skype or something like that. It's like that, but with Zoom. It was a Zoom call, and it was a bunch of YouTubers that worked for free.
Nice.
Yeah, it had literally a $0 budget, and the company that produced it bought out a movie theater to show it. And well, you know, Dave and all.
Yeah, Dave. Yep. Dave did his
thing.
So
hey, it still counts.
It does. Yeah, that's #1 movie in the box office in the United States. #1 movie in the world for the box office is a surprise hit that was made. What would that be? 27 years ago. Jurassic Park is.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
#1 movie in the world for box office. It re-released overseas just to have something in theaters, and it became #1 in the box office.
Oh my word!
The movie Akira was #1 in the Japanese box office. Good old Akira.
Akira!
It's funny with Akira because it's about Japan having like this huge pandemic and them not wanting to cancel the 2020 Olympics.
Nice.
Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so the only two pieces that I have, if you like Hamilton, the Disney Plus movie Hamilton, the trailer is now released, as well as Lin-Manuel Miranda has confirmed that he is writing the music for Moana 2.
Nice.
For anyone who likes those movies. Let's get into some more pressing issues. So just released today, we are losing.
I have breaking news as well.
Breaking news?
Want to do the big old Microsoft thing first?
No, let's do my breaking news real quick because it's not
Okay,
really
go ahead.
that incredible.
So breaking news.
Breaking news.
Confirmed as of 5 hours ago that Marvel's The Avengers will be coming out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But if you get it on the PS4 or Xbox One, you get a free upgrade to the Series X and PS5 version.
Hell
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's the shit I like to see.
And the next piece of decently breaking news.
Breaking news.
Just announced a little over about 6.5 hours ago Microsoft startup company called Mixer is coming to an end.
No.
Microsoft will end its video game service and highly recommends you switch over to Facebook Gaming.
Really?
Microsoft and Facebook are partnering together. Microsoft is ending their streaming service as of July 22nd. And all users who did not cancel their subscription will automatically be registered for a Facebook Gaming account.
Looks like I'm getting a Facebook Gaming account that I don't want.
Me too.
Yay.
I mean, maybe that'll help me figure out how to fucking use Facebook Gaming. Doesn't make it goddamn easy, I'll tell you that.
Another thing I'm not gonna use.
Facebox, Jesus.
Facebox. Oh, Facebox.
Facebook and Xbox, or actually I should say Project X Cloud, are partnering together to develop and improve the future. Microsoft feels that their power and their time and money should be spent elsewhere, while Facebook Gaming has already developed a very strong, intuitive platform that can rival any other streaming company on the market tenfold.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
And the benefit I think it has is the fact that it's already integrated with everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't really, other than James, who doesn't have Facebook for the most part, you know? Yeah, I know.
A lot of people my age.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people don't have it, but still at the same time, a lot of people do have it. So, with that in mind, being able to share it in those different groups and already to have all of those analytics and all that other wonderful juice, I mean, it definitely puts itself on a you know, it's got a boost, it's got a handicap, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can see, you know, the appeal of it. I think
everybody's already there.
It would have been more beneficial for them to use something like Instagram, because the main target audience of people who are into like the live streaming stuff are the ones that are using Instagram and not Facebook.
Yeah. Phil Spencer has said in a press conference about this.
We fucked up.
Yeah. Wasn't quite that, but it was close. Ultimately, the success of partners in streaming on Mixer is dependent on our ability to scale the service for them as quickly and as broadly as possible. It has become clear that the time is needed to grow our live stream community to the scale that would outmeasure the vision and the experiences that we want to deliver to gamers now. So we have decided to close the operations of Mixer, as we cannot grow to the community of what they expected, but we will help the next generation as we transform to a new platform. That's why we have taken under a partnership with Facebook Gaming. With that, all contracts of individuals who have went over to Mixer are now released of their contracts, and they can go back to Twitch, such as Ninja. He was probably the biggest one. So expect to see a lot of opportunities upcoming between Facebook as well as its ability to use the xCloud service. So also they said
in the Series X we're going to get Facebook Gaming integration instead of Twitch.
Probably. The head of Facebook Gaming wrote, "Imagine a scenario where instantly move from watching a game creator's live stream to jumping in and playing the game with them. With the expansion of xCloud, this gives us the possibility to do so. Project xCloud can help change the way people discover games by exploring them on our playable format, enabling Xbox games on your mobile devices, such as your phone, through Facebook Gaming, as well as scroll through your news feed." Yeah, the biggest part I love. Now, the biggest piece is while scrolling through your news feed, see who's already gaming and jump in immediately using Xbox Series X and Xbox Game Pass.
I don't like that at all. Like if it's streaming and that kind of stuff, that's a big no-no.
Well, like Schroeder, he's doing the Facebook right now, and if I scroll through my stream, it tells me that Schroeder is live and it shows the video.
Yeah, but I mean, like, jump into their game.
Oh, I got you.
That's I don't like that.
Without like an invite or something?
Yeah, I would assume that there's an option to just turn that off, but that was.
Well, that's where like your stream sniping, yeah.
Yeah, that would be stream sniping to a whole nother level.
Like say if Ninja decides to go to Facebook or something and it shows up, hey, Ninja's live. 1 billion people like, oh fuck, let's play. I saw it on my Facebook feed. Let's go. Yeah, I can see that. So more to come. But yeah, Facebook gaming is the future according to Phil Spencer, and Mixer is no more.
Remember, guys, Phil Spencer's also the person that said gamers want to use AA batteries still in their controllers, so take it with a grain of salt.
So we shall see what happens with the integration.
Great man, Tim Sweeney. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So yeah, we shall see what happens. But something will happen. James hurt himself
I got a fucking boo-boo.
With the commencement of both platforms. So I only got a couple more things. You want me to do mine and then you can do yours, James, or you want to go first since you have a bunch of EA news at the end?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Just so everyone knows how I hurt myself, I found my nut button.
Hey!
The nut has returned. I slapped that shit so fucking hard, and it hit my area where I got my stitches.
Ow.
It fucking hurts.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
I slapped the I Vasily Kamatsky that shit.
Yeah.
No, we could do. What are you going to be talking about?
I got some Borderlands. I could put thinking about Borderlands. I only got a couple things here. You can go first.
We could do like the extra stuff and then get into the three directs that we have.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything extra other than the directs?
Four directs. Yeah, I have a few extra things.
Okay, go ahead first.
All right. Hey, you guys like Kingdom Hearts? Walker, you like Kingdom Hearts, right?
Sure do.
Did you ever want to say, "Hey, I want more Kingdom Hearts"?
On occasion.
Have you ever said, "Hey, man, I want a Kingdom Hearts rhythm game"?
Never.
All right. Hey, guess what? Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is a rhythm game coming to console later this year.
It's for you.
According to Games Radar. So
Jeez.
it's coming out on Switch, PS4, Xbone. It's a rhythm game, and it is 100% canon.
Yeah.
So you have to play it to get the full story. It is a part of the Kingdom Hearts lore. Just like the fucking
Fun.
Verizon Java Flash game from like 07.
So
That you
stupid.
played on your Motorola Razr.
It was text-based.
No, it was a fucking action RPG.
Yeah.
Side-scrolling action RPG.
It's
It was
amazing.
jank as shit.
Yeah, see, I just watched the trailer for this a little bit ago. It's very interesting.
So apparently it'll feature 140 songs and several fan-favorite characters from the franchise. That includes Sora, Donald, Goofy, Riku, Characterless, i.e. Kairi, Hercules, Aladdin.
Basically, any of the Disney characters that you played in the actual game.
Yeah.
And you can play with your friends online.
Sure.
Yeah, there's an online mode as well. If you watch the trailer, essentially it is you going along a music note and you hit enemies to the rhythm of songs. So it's just like dun 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 boom boom boom.
It's like Crypt of the Necrodancer or Cadence of Hyrule.
Sure, I don't know what those are,
Okay.
but essentially what it is, it's like that, like it goes like dun 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 dun, boom 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 boom. Like those booms are you hacking and slashing the enemies, and when you hit them, the sound goes along with the song that's playing in the background. Like if they do "Let It Go," it's "Let It Go," boom, boom, let it. It's like you're hitting enemies.
Oh.
You're attacking enemies, but you attacking them makes sounds that play along with the song that's playing.
Okay, I played something that was very similar to that, and I can't remember what it was.
Because like you have the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra, so a lot of the songs that are actually played in the Kingdom Hearts games, you can now play in this, and with that, you are attacking enemies, but when you attack the enemies, it makes music, which then gives you the whole song. That'll be extremely interesting. It's supposed to come out this fall, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think
I thought.
this fall is what it says. New Star Wars game, we'll talk about that at EA. Some Madden news that they didn't talk about at the EA Play, and by Madden news, I mean actually say something about Madden. So apparently, things like X Factor's coming back. Other things, I don't really care. I didn't care enough to read this fucking article. EA also confirmed that Madden Mobile game, a Madden NFL Mobile for iOS and Android, will introduce new seasons of content this summer, and also Madden NFL will come to Google Stadia in winter. Yay.
An exciting lineup.
Sure. Let me scroll. Oh, hey. You guys are excited for the game Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that game
new
looks like it's
game
gonna be fun.
from CD Projekt. You know, the game that's supposed to come out in, what is it, September?
Yeah.
Is that when it got pushed to? Because I thought it was August.
Well, it was originally August, then it was September.
And
17th.
now.
Now it's November.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah.
This game's not actually coming out.
November-
That's what I've decided.
November 19th.
It's never coming
So
out.
another 2 months.
And then it's gonna be Dead by Daylight. Not Dead by Daylight, but
Duke Nukem.
No. What is that game that got put on to be determined indefinitely?
Scalebound?
No. It starts with a D. Dying Light.
Dying Light 2.
Dying Light 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably how it's gonna go.
There's so many games that have been pushed back because of.
Yo, Scalebound is what I'm actually fucking offended by. That game looks lit as shit.
Yeah, you are. You're offended by Scalebound. Scalebound's the reason I hate Microsoft. Scalebound is the sole reason that I hate Microsoft Game Studios. Fucking wanting to almost killing Platinum. Ugh. Never forgive them.
Never.
Nintendo is back in the news. You remember when Nintendo was like, hey, we're going to invest money into mobile programming, or like making mobile games and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of backpedaling on it. So Shuntaro Furukawa, there we go. I just need to read. He said that they are going to be taking a break from mobile games. Looking at their market, their percent over like growth when it comes to their games. It looks like Dragalia Lost, which was a Nintendo title, that dropped about, let's say, 50%.
Did it?
Things like Super Mario Run dropped about 25%. Fire Emblem Heroes, which is another Nintendo game, dropped about 10%. The only Nintendo game that actually kind of did good in the past year was Animal Crossing Pocket Camp at about 50% or so. Now, taking into account things like Roblox, which did over 100%, Rise of Kingdoms doing over 100%, about 150%, and PUBG Mobile doing about 175% year-over-year revenue, I can see why. And then you get the infinite amount of money that they're getting from Animal Crossing is absolutely crazy.
Is there a lot of
So
microtransaction in that game?
Nope, there's none.
So it's literally just from game sales?
Yep. It was the best-selling game of the year. It was the fastest-selling game of the year.
Well, it's still getting picked up left and right because it's hard to get those. It's hard to get those consoles. So
yeah.
Every
Animal
time
Crossing
somebody
has
gets
been
one,
such a huge success for Nintendo that they are completely stepping away from mobile games and things like the Switch sales and everything like that.
Wow.
They don't deem it profitable enough. Something that is profitable enough is The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah? What do the numbers look like on that one, huh?
Oh boy howdy, I'm glad that you asked. So, The Last of Us Part 2 that came out on Friday is now Sony's fastest selling PS4 release. Beating Uncharted 4 Thief's End launch sales by 1%. In the UK, The Last of Us Part 2 is the biggest physical release of the entire year, outselling Animal Crossing New Horizons by 40%. 40% of what Animal Crossing sold. Or 40% more than what Animal Crossing sold. Which was the UK's biggest physical release prior to this. To put it into perspective on how much of a big jump in sales between Last of Us Part 1 and Last of Us Part 2. The launch sales for Last of Us Part 2 are up 76% off the original. So, almost fucking double the amount already have sold of The Last of Us Part 2 than the original Last of Us when it dropped. So,
yeah, that definitely says something.
That's just physical. That's not.
No, that's not digital.
That's not including digital either. Only physical copies.
Well, would you agree that most people only buy digital now?
A lot of people do.
I haven't bought a physical game, and I don't even know the last time I bought a physical game.
Yeah, let's break it down though. You don't play a console.
Yeah. That's true.
They don't make physical games for PC
yeah.
anymore.
I know the aisle is it's got like.
It's all clamshells with download codes in them.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like, I personally, I really like physical games, and I honestly, everyone's like, oh, physical games will completely die, this, that, the third. I don't think they will, though. At least not in the same way CDs died.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be around, they're always gonna stay around, because at the end of the day, there are enough people in the gaming community who like physical copies. Like, it's just that simple. That's like the same reason the comic book industry isn't fucking dying. Like, is digital taking up a good fucking chunk of the market? Absolutely, because it all has to do with convenience. However, people like floppies, people like day ones, people like to wait and be there on the release day.
It is fun. It is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to be honest with you. If I didn't get the collector's edition of Last of Us Part 2, I probably would have bought it digitally.
Is that a game you're super invested in, though?
Yes.
Really? Like,
yeah,
you were like one of the world's biggest fans of the first one?
Yeah. The first one is in my top 10 best games of all time. It's not top 5, but it's up there with things like Shadow of the Colossus, Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 4. It's Super Mario 64.
Like, not to be controversial. However, the game was lovely. And the storyline was phenomenal. And the game itself was great. However, I don't think I don't want to be that guy that says some crazy shit, but I don't think it was I don't know how to put this without sounding like an asshole, but
did you play it?
Yes.
Okay.
I played it on the PlayStation 3 when it was still new.
Okay.
Mind you, I played 4 or 5 months after release, but I still played it. I actually my buddy gave me his copy because he had beaten it, and actually, that's one of my gripes. And it doesn't have to. It absolutely does not have to have replay value. However, if it's gonna be a big enough game, I think if it's gonna be the game that is groundbreaking, like everyone rants and raves it is, I think there should be some form of replay value.
Makes sense.
Well,
I think that the thing that made it big. And the thing that I think people, and me included, what absolutely loved about the first one is that it combined a lot of great things together. It combined a very compelling story, great character action, or character moments, character connections and bonds. Chemistry between the characters were phenomenal.
Development was great.
Development was great. I mean, hell, when at the end of the game, when Joel was bringing Ellie to the Fireflies, and then he found out that they were going to kill him, I was like, kill Ellie to harvest her organs to help make a cure. Even though this isn't in a world that I live in, even though Ellie could be the reason that all of this stuff stops and everything goes back to normal, I was still like, we gotta get my fucking girl back.
Honestly,
this ain't happening. Fuck everyone else.
I think my biggest problem, and it's not even a problem with the game. The swimming was atrocious.
The swimming was the worst, and I guess they fixed it in the remaster.
I'd argue the swimming was worse than just dying in water when you walk into it in Red Dead Redemption 1. However,
It made me want to fucking pull my hair out.
my biggest thing is that, and I really think this is what killed it for me. I think I would have liked it even more if it wasn't just another, like, arguably the storyline was the best of any zombie game I've ever played. And I do understand, quote unquote, technically not zombies, they're more of mutants with a fungus, da 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 da. I get that. But, like, at the end of the day, it's run, shoot, kill zombies.
Okay,
And
I'll let you finish, but I have a counter to that.
Okay. I think zombies are so over fucking played, and I hate everything to do with anything revolving around the concept of zombies. Now, mind you,
fair enough, because Walking Dead was big back then.
Right.
So everyone was trying to capitalize on it.
Yeah, my biggest thing is like, so I'm gonna, same concept side tangent though, is like, I really wish we would get a game that's not vampire, that has a very heavy revolution around the vampire aspect, because I think
called Vampire the Masquerade.
I've never played that
That's
game.
full blown
It's
vampire,
fantastic.
dude. There's no.
Okay.
See the Last of Us, it's like zombie, but infection, or but it's more of a, I don't know. It's there, but it seems like it's more like trying to survive the environment. It's
Exactly.
balanced. It's balanced.
The
Vampire
zombies
is all vampire, dude. Masquerade. It'd
Yeah.
be.
The
Okay.
zombies, the infected, or the zombies, or whatever you like to call them in The Last of Us, I felt were secondary enemies
Right,
to
right.
the humans in the game. Because you fought a lot of like the infected,
Mhm.
but the humans, they were just kind of stopgaps. The humans were the actual like meat and potatoes of the combat.
Right. And like, honestly, like, I have fucking, it's right here. I think I'm gonna go through and play it again because I have the remastered copy. I heard the remastered copy was arguably better because it fixed a lot of the poor mechanics in the first one.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, okay.
Because that was another thing that bothered me, is that a lot of the mechanics, they felt clunky. Like, but to be fair, it was a fucking PlayStation 3 game. If I put anything compared to a PlayStation 3 game, it's fucking clunky.
Dude, when Halo
Like-
got put on the computer, I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
even play it, man. That shit was
Like-
driving me crazy.
I really do, and I do think the game is a phenomenal game, and it deserves the credit it gets. But however, as compelling as these characters were, the only game to bring tears to my eyes is Red Dead Redemption 1.
Oh,
The
yeah,
end
when
of the
John Marston
game.
dies?
When John Marston gets fucking lit up,
Oh,
and I was
that
only able to
fucking
take out
killed me.
11 of them.
That
but,
killed
like,
me.
Dude, I bawled. I bawled so fucking hard, dude. It was the most upsetting thing because the man did not deserve it. He was.
You want to play a good zombie game?
He was
Red
just
Dead
trying-
Redemption. Red Dead
The
Redemption.
Undead
Undead
Nightmare?
Nightmare.
I
It's-
liked that one. I
I think
legitimately
it's better
enjoyed
than
that.
the base game.
Is it a whole different game, or is it? I thought it was just an expansion or something.
It's an
It
expansion.
is, but it was large enough that they actually released it as a second disc. Like, it was it legitimately took the
It's a s-
entirety of the first game and threw it into the chaos of a zombie apocalyptic world. Like, it starts out heartbreaking too, because the fucking grandfather turns into a zombie and he has to kill his dad. Like, it's crazy. And like the other big thing about Red Dead that I enjoyed so much is the replay value. You could go back through and do all the quests as Jack and like figure shit out. Like, I don't know. It's hard to compare those two games though because they're so different.
Hard.
One's an open world and one's a linear story, which I also think would be interesting if they decided to do some sort of open world with that game because I think that would make me like it even more. With Last of Us.
It's called Days Gone.
That game was garbage.
It's alright.
Like that was another zombie game that I got really hyped for that game because it seemed like the mechanics were great. It looked super clean. But all the reviews I heard were not. They were all like 5 out of 10 reviews, and I was expecting a 10 out of 10. Like I hope things are crazy
7.
high standard. Okay. Like I heard the story wasn't that compelling is the issue.
It's not great. It's not fantastic.
So what is your counter though? I'm curious.
My counter is that I think the zombies take a back seat to as the main antagonist of the game. They're kind of the second. They're the secondary and antagonists to the games when the survivors are your main antagonists.
Okay. Like, you know what? I will put my money where my mouth is. I will play this game this week. And I will, because I don't remember a ton of it. I remember the majority of it. I remember the storyline. I remember the majority. I don't remember a lot of the gameplay, to be honest. However, I'm going to replay this game, and I will come back. I probably won't get through all of it because it's a relatively long game. But I will come back with a fresh memory of this game, and we will discuss this again next week.
Okay, perfect.
I feel like that's a fair thing to do for Last of Us because I understand it got put on like the pedestal of some of the greatest games ever created. So I will do my due diligence as a internetee and game person.
Well,
what else we got?
Let's take a look at what sold the best in at least UK. Of course, Last of Us 2, Ring Fit Adventure, FIFA 20, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, GTA 5 still on the fucking list. It's going to be for the next 20 years. Minecraft, Clubhouse, Games 51 Worldwide Classics, Pokemon Shield, surprisingly, because everyone bought Pokemon Sword already. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, let's think that's it. Yeah, that's it that I have for just random news.
Word. I got a couple things. Sims was actually part of the EA play.
They didn't talk about anything about that.
Yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot that was because the trailer was just fucking. It was like a community thing at first. But yeah, if you buy The Sims 4 on the Steam, you will no longer have access to any of the Sims stuff that you bought from Origins. So essentially, it's just like buying a brand new game.
Trash. My stream cut out for like a quick second. I just caught the last bit of that, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So if you never played The Sims before, then at that point it doesn't really matter. Rather you play it on Origins or you play it on Steam. But if you have hours and hours and hours into it on Origins, and you decide, hey, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go buy it on Steam. Why? I don't know why you do that, but if you did, you're essentially playing a whole new game. I'll talk about the Apex. We'll go more in depth with Apex in a couple minutes here.
Yeah, because I didn't really do anything with that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in a couple minutes when we get into the EA stuff. Going forward, speaking of EA, actually I'll end with that.
Okay.
I'll end with that one. Where we at here? Gearbox, the creators of Borderlands 3, is now offering an in-game face mask for COVID-19 relief donations. So basically, they are partnering with what's called Direct Relief to offer codes for in-game face masks for the characters that can be bought through its website. You buy it, all proceeds go to Direct Relief, which helps medical workers respond to the COVID-19, and then your character gets a face mask in-game.
Good. That's probably the best thing that Gearbox has done
In a long time.
ever.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome that they're doing that. Did you talk about Cyberpunk?
Yep. Talk
Okay.
about Cyberpunk getting delayed.
Perfect. This is also an EA thing, so I'll wait on that. And did you say anything about TwitchCon?
No.
Okay. Twitchcon 2020 that takes place in San Diego, which is in September. Yes, is officially canceled.